Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Lakeisha-mcknight is here. Right now, we're live. I'm coming live to you on behalf of Women of Elevation Career Services International. Right now, I am live on my personal timeline on Facebook, but we are going to share this thing. I'm going to share this particular stream into a special group on Facebook where I definitely want to encourage the community members there to listen up. Okay, so bear with me as I am preparing to share it in this group. It's a group called Women of Elevation. And so I'm going to share it there really quick. And so I do want to welcome you guys here. I know, of course, I'm doing this stream on a different time. Most of you on my timeline are familiar with me doing other streams, but this is on behalf of Women of Elevation Career Services International. And right now I'm also live on Spreaker and iHeartRadio, as well as the Leadership TKO. I'm over at Women of Elevation, not Leadership TKO, but womenofElevation.com's website as well. And so welcome aboard, everyone. Now, this podcast is a media outlet for the nonprofit based out of Chesapeake, Virginia, as well as Nigeria, Africa. And the podcast, and the organization has a primary mission, and that is to truly empower women with the tools to be able to create, relate, and elevate so you can walk in your God-given purpose and truly carry out your dream lifestyle. That is the purpose of this show. And so I do want to welcome you here. Thank you so very much for plugging in. Now, I encourage you guys, there are a couple of ways you can participate in this particular stream. Number one, of course, you can like or love the stream. Secondly, you can comment below as we move along in this podcast show. And also, you can actually share this out to those that you love, specifically women, because this is a women's based organization to empower you ladies out there. Now, during a given year, we have three core areas we focus in on. We help women to create. So we help them to create products, goods, services, and to host your own events. During the latter 4 months, so from May, June, July, and August, those 4 months there, we focus in on relationships. So helping you to relate. So growing and strengthening your personal and professional relationships during those 4 months. And so let's stop right there because I don't want to overwhelm you. Of course, this is the end of July. So we're focusing in on professional relationships. Last week, we wrapped up our panel event. That was the Relationship Mastery Telesummit, and it was a panel style. And so for all of you who tuned into the panel and the virtual presentations there, hopefully you've gotten immense value from watching the stream. We streamed it onto Facebook and other platforms. And so again, you can go back and listen to the replays. The replays for the telesummit will be removed pretty soon. I want to say within the next 48 hours. So make sure that you do have an opportunity to listen, to view those streams again. You don't want to miss them. Okay? So tonight, because we're focusing in on helping you to enhance your professional relationships, I am going to give you yet another key to be able to do that. And so the one key I do want to focus in on tonight is conflict management. Conflict management, because we're dealing with individuals here. And as long as we're dealing with people, guess what? There will be conflict. There will be moments where you disagree. And you just have to sometimes agree to disagree, but there's a certain way to address conflicts. And so I'm going to share that with you. Now, you may see in the description area a link in the stream for those of you on Facebook and maybe even on the other platforms. That will give you access to the Women of Elevation group, where a lot of value is also placed as well. So you want to make sure you plug in, that you click in that link so you can enter the group and get a hold of some great content that will be shared there. All right, so let's talk about conflict management, because the truth is, it is inevitable that teams, doesn't matter if it's a business team, a corporate team that you're part of, teams of bright and diverse thinkers, you're going to experience conflict from time to time, okay? But the problem is not that differences exist, but in how they are managed, all right? So if people believe that conflict never occurs in good groups, they may sweep conflict right under the rug. Now, of course, no rug is large enough to truly cover misperceptions and ill feelings and old hurts and misunderstandings for a very long time. Soon the differences will reappear again. They take on the form of tension, hidden agendas, and even stubborn positions. On the other hand, if leaders help work teams or business teams to manage conflict, effectively, then the team will be able to maintain trust and they'll be able to tap into the collective power of the team. You see, business teams manage conflict better when the members, the partners, learn to shift their mindsets about conflict in general, about other individuals involved and about their own ability to manage the conflict. You see, there are about 3 techniques that actually can help partners to shift obstructing paradigms or mindsets, which are, I'm going to share with you what they are. The first one is reframing. That's a technique that's powerful. Shifting shoes. That's another one. Shifting shoes. And I'm going to explain it. And then also affirmations. These are 3 techniques that will help when it comes to shifting, obstructing mindsets. So let's talk about reframing really quick. Reframing is looking really at the glass half full instead of half empty. Okay? So instead of thinking, if I address the issue, it'll slow down, the meeting or whatever it is that you have going on. You want to consider this thought. You might want to think this way. If we negotiate this difference, trust and creativity will all increase. Okay, so it's a shifting of mindset, reframing. And then the other technique is called, the second one, is shifting shoes. And shifting shoes, it really is a technique used to practice empathy by mentally walking in the shoes of another person. So you answer questions such as, how would I feel if I were that person being criticized in front of the group? Or what would motivate me to say what that person just said? So putting yourself in their shoes. Now, affirmations is the third technique. Now, affirmations are positive statements about something you want to be true. So, for example, instead of saying to yourself right before a negotiating session, you might say something like, or think, I know I'm going to blow up. Force yourself to actually say something different. Say something like, I am calm, comfortable, and prepared. You see, if your business partners can learn to shift any negative mental tapes to a more positive one, they'll be able to shift obstructing paradigms or mindsets and then manage conflict more effectively. They're going to be able to do it more effectively. So again, those 3 techniques are reframing, shifting shoes, and affirmations. And so hopefully, if you want to consider this, because you're going to face a conflict. If you haven't done so yet, it will come about. Especially as you become more successful and more successful, you're going to face conflict. So hopefully you can take note of these strategies here to implement it so that you can better address them. So again, I appreciate your time on tonight. For those of you plugging in to the Revitalize the Total Woman podcast, if you are not plugged into the Women of Elevation community group, get plugged in as we are prepared to serve you, provide immense value, content, and the like. I appreciate you guys. Be blessed. Listen, we're going to be back tomorrow night with another session here with the Revitalize the Total Woman podcast. Now, although the panel Tell Us Something event is over, we're looking forward to having an amazing mega business summit. And this is going to be a virtual business summit, a virtual mixer, like a networking event. That's going to take place coming up in August. We're looking forward to it happening. And I want to say the 22nd. I want to make sure my dates are correct here. Don't want to give you the wrong date, everybody. We're looking forward to it. Yes, August the 22nd. And it's going to happen from 2 o'clock p.m. to 5 o'clock p.m. More details about that particular mixer event is going to be coming up. It's going to be posted on social media, so stay tuned for it. So thank you so very much for tuning in tonight. Be back tomorrow with another session here with the Revitalize the Total Woman podcast. Be blessed and have a great evening.